to the Books, Life, and Shenanigans podcast with your host, Amanda Bird. Hey, welcome to this week's episode of the Books, Life, and Shenanigans podcast. Wait, hang on. It's season 2. Welcome to season 2 of the Books, Life, and Shenanigans podcast. I am your host, Amanda Bird, full of shenanigans, fuckery, books, life, whatever we want to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about this week. But this week, we're going to go into a 2023 season 1 kind of recap. I wanted to kind of talk about my favorite episodes that I recorded, my favorite ones to record. Obviously, the ones where I narrated book stories were probably, pieces of my book, chapters, whatever, of whichever stories I read, which I believe was The Girl at the Bottom of the Ocean. Those were a lot of fun, a lot of fun to record, just because I have a lot of fun narrating. Which brings me to books 3 and probably 4. I believe they're both on my schedule to release in audio versions this year, as well as book 8, all in the 13 Reasons for Murder series. Serial Women of History will also be releasing this year. And then I've got a new fun thing that I'm going to kind of sort of drop a teaser in for when I go over my favorite book episodes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my top 3 book episodes to record, and then my top 3 life bits. So I'll give you the episode number, and don't worry, because in the description I will link to every episode that I go through. I think it's a total of like 6 episodes. There's a couple runner-ups. I don't know that I'm going to actually link to those just because they're runner-ups. They don't get the same attention, all right, you know what? I'm not going to say middle child syndrome because that's really not what it is. As thinking back to all of my friends that I know who are the middle child, and you know what? They most of them actually got a lot more attention than the younger one or the older one, or however in the middle they were. So we're not going to say middle child syndrome unless, of course, we are referring to Halloween Kills. That has middle child syndrome because it was like mushy and gooey and just fucking weird, right? Like, perfect segue. Way to go, Amanda. Perfect segue into my number 1 favorite episode, or at least favorite book segment, Muddy Books. Right. And usually Muddy Book is like book 3 in the series, depending on how many books are in the series, right? So Harry Potter's got 7 books. Book 3 was the Muddy Book. Dexter, 7 books. And Dexter is Delicious is 1, 2, 3, book 4 in the series. So like 3, 4 in a 7-book series, 8-book series. So that's kind of to be expected, right? So Muddy Books, I said what I fucking said. Y'all, I will never, ever, ever, ever stop harping on Prisoner of Azkaban or Deathly Hallows, the movie versus the book. The book was good. The fight between Harry and Voldemort was better in the book, but I really, really, truly believe that the fight between Harry and Voldemort was a bazillion times better in Goblet of Fire. And that's all I'm going to say about Goblet of Fire because, well, movies, books, differences, stuff. So my second favorite book bit that I recorded was Exclusivity is Nonsense. Sorry, Muddy Books was episode 1 of season 1, and Exclusivity and Burnout is episode 9. And again, I will link to these in the description if you want to go back and listen to them. These are just my personal favorites. I would love to know yours. Drop them in the comments. Shoot me an email, amanda@amandabird.net. If I could fucking speak. All right, y'all, this is bad. It's been like this all day. Like I was on the phone with a customer. I can't remember the word I was trying to say, but it came out so garbled and the two of us just lost it. Absolutely lost it. I got to say thank you to awesome customers for when whatever it is, the gibberish comes out of my mouth and you think it's funny. I'm good with that. It's the customers that don't think it's funny. I'm like, y'all can peace all the fucking way out, all the way over there. Cause just no, we're good. So exclusivity and burnout, right? Exclusivity is nonsense because it truly, truly is. kind of a side note, but not really. So in that episode, I talked about how Kindle Unlimited requires exclusivity. The one thing I didn't talk about, that's for Kindle Unlimited, which is an unlimited ebook reading program through Amazon, right? I think it's like $15 a month, $10 a month, some shit like that. Kobo has their Kobo Plus program, and I have been touting that. And they were talking about New Year's resolutions at work, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I want to read more books. Well, y'all opened the wrong door for Amanda to walk into. Amanda bust through that shit like the Kool-Aid man. One of my coworkers just bought a Kobo. He just bought a Kobo reader. Pretty sure he subscribed for the $10 a month Kobo Plus plan, which is unlimited ebooks and unlimited audiobooks. They also have unlimited ebooks only. They have unlimited audiobooks only. Those two individually, ebooks or audiobooks, are $7.99 a month. If you want both together, it's $9.99 a month. You tell me which one you're going to go for, right? I mean, if audiobooks aren't your thing, I can understand not getting the $10 a month plan. I really can. Like, I have an Audible subscription. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Just because of my personal feelings that are rather conflicted when it comes to the retailer that I will not, I'll just call it River. Yeah. So exclusivity, Kindle Unlimited requires, Kobo Plus does not. So for those of us who are wide, we don't have to worry about signing an agreement with a retailer saying we're not going to post this ebook for sale anywhere. And I mean anywhere, including our own websites, anywhere else. And we're not going to give it away. None of that shit, right? You got to buy it on Amazon. You got to read it on Amazon. You got to just fucking all your eggs in one basket. No, sir. Thank you. Next. Oh, that's what Ari said. Anyway, my third favorite, the Books Direct episode, buying books directly from authors, episode 6. This is a big thing in the author world these days. Publishers are selling books direct, authors are selling books direct, and it's really going to depend on, who you're reading, who their publisher is, if they're an indie, if they're trad. Some trad publishers do not. Some trad do not sell any books at all through their website. There are trad publishers who do, like take, for example, Baen Books, BAEN.com. You can find all of their authors. You can find ebooks on their website. I don't think they sell print. Now, those of us who are indie, or small press, we have a tendency to offer, print versions of our books. We'll offer signed copies of those books on our websites. And 9 times out of 10, guys, this is the biggest benefit to buying books from authors, whether it's ebooks, audiobooks, print books, whatever the case may be. If you want a signed copy, your best bet is to go right to the author, right? When it comes to ebooks, audiobooks, print books, swag, whatever, chances are we're going to give you a discount that you're not going to see on any other retailer. So take, for example, I have 2 box sets right now, 2 collection volumes, collection volume 1 and collection volume 2. Collection volume 1 is books 1 through 4, and it's $9.99. Collection volume 2 is 5 through 7, and it is $9.99. Now, the reason they're both priced the same and one's got $4 and the other one has 3 is because book 1 is already free. So I just keep that free in there, and then it's $9.99 for the other 3, basically. If you come to my website and say you're a subscriber of my newsletter, you have a discount code, which reminds me, I have to update that for this year. You have a discount code that you can use, and you will get that at a lower price than you will on any retailer. My prices are the same on my website as they are on retailers. Unless it's River and they decide to randomly mark something down, which is fucking infuriating. See, this is the other thing about this. I could do like 3 episodes on that specific retailer, but I will not, because it's just mean and bad and nasty and ugly, and just no, we're not going to talk about it. So, you subscribe to my newsletter. Hey, welcome. Here's this extra story. Here's this. Oh, by the way, here's your discount for my direct shop that you're not going to get a discount anywhere else. Whether you use it on print, whether you use it on, a book bundle, whether you use it on swag, doesn't matter. That discount code is available to you at all times. So this is the benefit of buying things directly from authors. My segue into that, which is the teaser, there will be coming soon a new website that I will be creating, as well as a newsletter that you will be able to sign up for. In the vein of Free Booksy, Bargain Booksy, BookBub, only it will be geared specifically for direct sales. So if you want to buy books directly from authors, I promise you, I will let you know. The website will be called booksgodirect.com. And I'm in the process of, doing a lot more research. I'm going to start building the site really soon. The logo's done. Shout out to Becky. Thank you so much, girl, for helping me with that. You have no idea how much I appreciate it, especially with you not feeling so well. You did not have to do that, especially when you did it. And I love you with all of my heart. And I will see you in July, I think it is. Anyway, so yeah, booksgodirect.com. I'm not going to link to it here. I'm going to wait to link to it because there's still a lot of pieces to this puzzle I got to put together. Though I am stupid excited to start building websites again. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it'll come together fairly quickly. I've got some time in which to do it, and also start recording book 3, get that out there. Book 8 is with the editor. So those of you who are wondering about book 8 and you're like, Amanda, it's been like a year and a half since you put out a book. What the fuck? Actually, I think it's been longer than that, but I promise you book 8 is coming. The pre-order will be available on my website only. See, there's another thing there. On my directs, on my Shopify site. Some of us are doing pre-orders only on our direct sales websites. Why? Because we have full control over that. We don't have anyone else taking our money. We don't have anyone else saying, well, you have to do this by this, this, and this, or you have to do this by this, this, and this, or your cover or your description, or whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about that, right? We don't have to worry about Amazon. And this is going to be the last I say about this, I promise. We don't have to worry about, because I've seen this happen to like 5 or 6 authors in the past couple months, getting all those pre-orders, and then Amazon decides your account's gone for no reason. For no reason, because every time you email them to reach out to find out what the hell happened, they're sending you canned responses, and you're getting a different canned response every different person you talk to. And it's going to take you 10 people to figure out who the fuck and why your account is closed. So no, that's not a chance I'm willing to take. Again, that's why I'm not in KU. It's just, I would rather, hey, I promise you, you're going to get it on time. You're going to get it direct from me. Chances are you're going to get some bonuses. And at a pre-order price, a lot of us are, we're doing a different pre-order price on our sites than, will be the full quote unquote retail pricing. So yeah. Those are like kind of like all the reasons, maybe not all the reasons, but there are some of the reasons to buy books direct from authors. And, that is some education I would really, really like to impress upon readers, buyers of books. We are not just the creators. We are essentially one-person shops, right? Like most of us are one-person shops. We're doing a lot of things ourselves. We're delegating what we can, but we're making sure that everything is good, everything is right. We've got shit going out to an editor. We've got a cover designer, which reminds me, I'm still waiting to hear from mine, because I don't know what the hell happened with that. We've got, there's so many moving pieces, and while we do have help, the vast majority is that it's us. So understand that you're not just getting our creation in your hands in one way, shape, or form. You're getting us, basically. A lot of times we run our own customer service, though a lot of us do use BookFunnel for ebook delivery or audiobook delivery, because most of us are just not techie enough to understand sideloading on a fucking iPad. Because I'll tell you what, I don't even know how to work an iPad. I'm good. I mean, I probably could figure it out. Just put one in my hands, give me 20 minutes, I'll be fine. But my point is, when it comes to different things like that, like we're gonna sort of outsource that as much as we can, to take some weight off of us, and to help us with things that we don't know, we don't understand, we don't have the bandwidth to learn. We don't have the time throughout the day to respond to people like, hey, try to do this, try to do that, try to do this. That's what BookFunnel's for. We pay them, they handle it all. And if you're new to BookFunnel, head over to bookfunnel.com. You can sign up for your own, right? Yeah, pretty sure it's bookfunnel.com. You can sign up for your own BookFunnel library, and then different authors that you buy from, you'll have your own app. and it'll be a library. You'll get your audiobooks in there. You'll get your ebooks in there, PDFs, all different kinds of things. So it's kind of like a Kindle app or a Kobo app or a Apple Books app or a Nook app, if they even have an app. I don't even know. I try not to play with Barnes & Noble too much because they're a bunch of wackos sometimes too. But we do our best to make things as painless as possible, not just for you, the reader, but for us, the author, because we are kind of like a one monkey circus, if you will. at least in my case, one monkey circus. Sometimes I'm a tiger. Sometimes I'm just an elephant sitting there like, and other times I'm just, I don't really know what animal to liken myself to. The only thing that pops into my mind at the moment, my brother, when he was like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, called me an armadillo. And I said, what the hell does that mean? And he says, you're hard on the outside and squishy on the inside. And I was like, I couldn't be a turtle. And he's like, no, you're not slow. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, kid, but whatever. Now he's in his 20s. Shit happens, right? So yeah. So on to my favorite-ish. I'm not going to say they were my favorite episodes to record because they weren't my favorite episodes to record. They are, however, my favorite kind of educational episodes for the life portion. This will not be a full 45-minute episode, just for me to kind of put that in the middle there. It might go about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So the first one is about how we cope, right? So that would be episode 7. Excuse me. And coping mechanisms are that. We've got our unhealthy ones. We've got our healthy ones. We need to learn how to use more healthy coping mechanisms when we're hurting, when we are surviving trauma, when we are kind of breaking out of all of that. I'll be the first to admit some of my coping mechanisms are unhealthy. Most of them are healthy these days, even to include something as, it may sound simple, but some days it can get pretty ridiculous depending on the different shit that hits me at whatever time. My favorite thing to do when I'm coping with negative emotions is push-ups. I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe it's because my right arm is just so stupid weak from surgery I had 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And I'm still trying to build that up. There was a year where I kind of fell off, even though I was going to physical therapy. I need to build the strength back up essentially in my upper body on the right side because it fell to shit. So coping. So when I'm upset, angry, really sad, I'll do push-ups, whether I do them on the floor or I do them, with my knees elevated and my hands on the floor. That's actually probably my favorite one to do just because I tend to be a little masochistic. And then my push-up song for the past couple years now has been Smells Like a Freak Show by Avatar. The beat's perfect. It alternates between that and Ain't Coming Home by Silvertide. Yeah, I'm that old. So on to the next one, Burnout, which is, I go over that in a few episodes 4, 9, and 10. So I don't know that I'm going to link to all 3 of those. You can find them on Spotify, on Substack, I still don't know if I'm on Apple. Hey, iTunes listeners, if you're hearing me on iTunes, can you help a sister out? Can you let me know if I'm being put there or not? I'm pretty sure I am because Substack automatically distributes to them as far as I know. I just have no control over it because, again, I do not have an Apple device for me to be able to accept Apple's terms and conditions for iTunes, which is, if they can make it possible for PC users to upload ebooks, why the hell can I not accept their terms and conditions for their iTunes platform? Like, I have an iTunes freaking login. I don't understand. I got nothing, y'all. I got nothing. Like, there's just some weird shit with some of these retailers sometimes. It is what it is, I suppose. And then the last one is a very recent episode, the It's Too Short segment from episode 26. A lot of things have happened since that have caused me to, that did cause me to record that episode, as well as since then. Things have come to pass, and well, yeah. So it is too short, right? We can't continue to take things or people for granted. We can't say, oh, next week I'll get to that. Man, you got the time right now. Do it. I work 12-hour days, Monday through Friday. Every night I am still in here grinding away, whether it's recording a podcast episode, recording an audiobook, writing a book, working on a website, writing out notes for the next book in the series, writing out notes for the next series, writing out, how am I going to do this with this Books Go Direct thing, or how am I going to do that? Or let me create this Google form to catch some feedback. Let me do this. Let me make my office a little bit, more comfortable for my working area. Whatever it may be, I'm in here working until I don't even know what time. So I think my days run about 15, 16 hours. And that's me. I'm doing what I need to do for me. Right. But I'm also not missing out on my life. I'm still spending time with friends, family, loved ones. I'm still, reading books. I'm still listening to books. I'm still taking, this course that I want to take to make me more whole, or to teach me something that I've wanted to learn and I don't quite know how. Playing around in different programs, like for example, with this fucking logo. I no longer have Adobe Illustrator, and I am well aware that there are free programs out there that will allow me to manipulate a vector image. However, I signed up for the 7-day free trial of Adobe Illustrator, and I'm trying to putz around with this logo, and it took 3 hours, I think it was, on like a Friday night or something. I'm dicking around with this logo, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to give up. And then I was like, you know what? Let me give it one more shot before I call it a night. And then I realized what I needed to do, and I was like, son of a bitch, I will get to this tomorrow. But then I think that was where I screwed up, because I texted Becky the next day and I said, hey, if I can't do this, will you? And she's like, how about you just let me do it? Because Becky, by trade, is a graphic designer. So this is shit that she works in kind of all the time. So she took the file, we had a quick video chat about it, and we went over the things that I wanted to do with it. Within an hour, she's like, this was what I got. I looked at it, I opened it up in Illustrator to see if there were things I wanted to manipulate even a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever the case may be. Everything looks great. So now that logo is out there, getting feedback from authors, and I'm really excited for the results. I'm trying really hard not to actually start looking at the results now, because only a handful of people have started giving feedback. And I know I have more authors who are going to be giving feedback. So also shout out to Mark Leslie LaFave. Homie, you are amazing. Thank you for offering me your audience to run this by and see what they think. Your audience of authors. Appreciate you mucho. Have all of the respect for you. You've been in this industry for 20 some odd years. Happy accidents, right? Happy accidents. So fun story about Mark. We met at an author conference back in 2019. I was not attending. A friend of mine invited me to just kind of like hang out and join in and schmooze and stuff like that, which I thought was super awesome. So I did. And we, Mark and I got to talking. This was back when he was still, I think, with Kobo. Oh, no. Sorry, Mark. You were with Draft Digital then. So yeah, we were yapping and talking about, I write female serial killers, and he, my right side collarbone tattoo has blood spatter. It is a very distinct tattoo. and he had seen it, and he's like, look at that, happy accidents. And I was like, you know what? Didn't even think about it. I was like, this is actually Dexter's boat. But yeah, so I've met some great minds in the indie publishing. Fuck me, brain to mouth, please work in the indie publishing sphere. I'm friendly enough with some people where, you know, I can ask questions, I can poke, I can pick brains. It's a lot of fun kind of doing what I do. So, I mean, is it possible at some point in the future I stop writing and just kind of fall back behind the scenes? I mean, it's possible. Right now, fuck no. I am having far too much fun. Far too much fun. Book 8 was an absolute shit show to finish. Cannot wait for my editor to get to that unhinged extravaganza. I think so. He's under the impression, right, that it's going to turn into the character is unhinged, but then he's going to see the mess that's on the actual page and be like, oh, that's what she meant by unhinged. Pretty sure there's a lot of spelling mishaps and just some shit that just doesn't make sense. But hey, that's why we have editors, right? That's what we pay them for. They make us better. You know what? Also, shout out to Jason. Jason Whitehead, everybody. Jason Whitehead. Fucking amazing. If you would like his contact information because you need an editor, you want somebody who's going to make you better, hit me up, Amanda at amandabird.com. I'm happy to pimp him out. As I say to him. So yeah, it's too short, right? So here I am kind of sort of burning the candle at both ends, even though we're not supposed to. And honestly, I don't want to burn the candle at both ends anymore. But I'm doing what I got to do. I have an empire to build this year, and that's going to happen. And I'm still going to make time for the things that I love and enjoy and the people that I love and enjoy, because work hard, play hard. That's how we roll. At least most of us. I don't really know kind of any other way to be. And when I say play hard, I mean, like, if I want to lay on the couch and take a fucking nap, I'm gonna, because that's my play for that day. Like I got a puzzle I've been meaning to get to, and I've just been kind of doing other things. And then, you know, over the different holiday breaks, I did quite a bit of relaxing. Well, maybe not quite a bit of relaxing. I did a lot of working and some relaxing and some reading. Speaking of reading, I hit 52 books for 2023, 52 books read and or listened to. So that was my goal. My goal started at like 20, 25, and then I wound up upping it because I wasn't sure how far I was going to get. And I didn't want to set a goal for myself that I knew I couldn't attain. So it wound up it ended at 35 and I hit 52. So this year's goal starts at 35. Hopefully I can hit 52 again. And then maybe next year I'll be comfortable setting my goal at 40. It's just going to depend on, the different cogs that are working. Excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. If you are looking for my stuff available pre-order, whether it's book 8 or audiobook 3, expect book 8 mid-January, maybe at the latest. You know what? Now, how about the weekend after this episode airs, at the latest the following weekend? And then for book 3 to go on pre-order on my site, the audio version, sometime in February. I'm sitting here staring at the calendar trying to put kind of like a week in there, and I can't. So let's just say sometime in February, and I'll get back to you. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Favorite episodes, again, linked in the description. If you enjoy this episode, if you know someone who would enjoy any of my episodes or this episode, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, share away, have them hit that subscribe button, and then hit the little bell and you get the little notifications too every week, every time there's a new episode. So, if you are the type of person who wants to be kind of on top of things and you want that episode the second it comes out, you totally want those notifications. If you want to play catch up like I tend to do with a lot of other podcasts that I listen to, you might be better off without those notifications. It's really your preference. Event schedule is coming together for this year as well. You can find that at the bottom of my newsletter twice a month. If you want to sign up for that, head over to amandabird.net. Plus, you get discounts year round on my direct site that you won't see on retailers. And let's not forget the swag. One of my favorite new creations was my Ask Me My Body Count t-shirt, which will be coming in mug form at some point in the next few weeks. I want to put some of those designs in mugs, on mugs, in mugs. Drinks go in mugs. Amanda, drinks go in mugs. Sorry, my brain's kind of mushy right about now. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now in the overall scheme of things. Again, welcome to season 2 of the shit show. I mean, season 2 of the Books, Life, and Shenanigans podcast. And thank you for your support thus far. I hope you continue to support me. I love you all, and I will talk to you next week. This has been the Books, Life, and Shenanigans podcast with Amanda Bird. Song credit, audionautics.com. Intro action, AUDIONAUCIX.com. And if you'd like to support this podcast, head over to substack.com/@Books, Life, and Shenanigans.